A biopic about the greatest of all time, Neil Diamond impersonator. But hey, it's got heart, so we talk about it. So Song Sung Blues, the story of lightning and thunder. A duo that came together to sing duets of Neil Diamond. You got love, you got marriage, you got Neil Diamond impersonation, you got tragedy, you have hardship, you have that Oscar bait that comes out around this time of year, usually a biopic. So this is based on a true story. This married duo Neil Diamond tribute toured around Milwaukee. So I hadn't heard of him. But I will say this movie's really engaging from the get-go. It's a fascinating behind-the-scenes peek at impersonator culture. I always like it when a movie takes the career, the life path, and really brings you into what it's like behind the curtain. If a movie can do that, that's a solid hook. I felt this movie did. You can always get behind a person or persons who wants to be the best at their field that they can possibly be. It does come across at times, not to be harsh, I don't mean to be mean here, but cheesy. But in a good way, but endearingly cheesy. You know, it's a positive, it really is. How this guy didn't want to do a Neil Diamond tribute. He didn't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. He wanted to give people a Neil Diamond experience. Neil Diamond interpreter, as she said to him. You know, the dude's like, all right, we need a leaf blower to blow my hair so I really look like Neil Diamond to the crowd. If I was in the room during that pitch, I couldn't help but be like, it's a bit cheesy, yeah? But it works because people feel the passion. You can't help but love that. It's infectious. Hugh Jackmann and Kate Hudson, who play Lightning and Thunder, I thought they were great in the film. I mean, at no point does anybody live their life, especially being a Neil Diamond impersonator, and think one day they might make a movie about me and Hugh Jackman might play me. Hugh Jackman's always had charisma. That's famously the thing the casting director saw in him that landed him the role of Wolverine. But rather than the usual Hugh Jackman, hey, lock up the wives and girlfriends, Hugh Jackman's here vibes, he has fun uncle vibes. I don't know, maybe I connect with that because that's all I want in life. I just want to live my life having fun uncle vibes. I'm good. And when the drama starts flowing, it gives Kate Hudson a lot more to do, and Kate Hudson shines here. I mean, Hugh Jackman does too. There's a lot of frustration going on at that phase in their lives. But they were clocking into work, man. How can you not love it? They're clocking into work to pay tribute to the Neil Diamond tribute couple. And as Bob Wiley said to all of us, there are two types of people in the world, people who like Neil Diamond and people who don't. That is so true. Dad loves Neil Diamond, so I know all the songs. When Christmas time rolls around in this movie, you hear it. Oh, holy night. That's what this movie has, man. It's absolute Neil Diamond love that you feel. You gotta feel that because they felt that. They lived like that. Although if you're not a huge Neil Diamond fan, you don't have to be, because it's not actually about Neil Diamond. It's about this married couple, their lives together, their family, lightning and thunder. Obviously, they got signals from the future to not name themselves Love and Thunder. That name would be a pariah one day. And you're following the highs and lows of this career. Highs, yes. Lows, yes. Tragedy absolutely strikes this family and you feel it. And I really appreciated the fact that it wasn't like, hey, setback, but, you know, you just shake it off. No, there's lingering depression that you have to crawl out of, and it's hard. I also couldn't help but like the fact that it illustrated that just because he sings music, just because he loves Neil Diamond, doesn't mean he has his finger on the pulse of all music, especially modern music, at least modern for the time.
What's a Pearl Jam?
You don't know who Pearl Jam is?
I mean, that's how I feel. I cannot name one modern song past Uptown Funk. It's like I was going along and then one day went, you know what? I'm good. I'll stick to video game, movie soundtrack, CCR, Neil Diamond, which you will have in your head for a couple days after you watch the movie. Not to belittle Lightning and Thunder, but this movie really is proof that most people could have a biopic made about them. You take your next door neighbor. Some point in that person's life, there was a really interesting phase that happened. You can make a movie about that phase, biopic. It is interesting that the Neil Diamond tribute impersonators, translators, have a more interesting and engaging biopic in 2025 than Bruce Springsteen. I mean, that's just fascinating to me. It's a touching story that's even inspiring. We all get so hung up on the biopics about the super famous people. We want to know the inside scoop of fame, but for the really inspiring stories, you could find those within a few miles of your house. This movie shines a spotlight on that, and I appreciate that. I mean, it's one of those movies, if you saw the trailer and you were like, okay, it's this time of year, it's this kind of drama, it's this kind of movie. Well, yeah, it is. I don't know what you want to do with that information, but it reliably is that. The biggest flaw in this film, and it's a flaw by a mile, is the passage of time. The events of the entire film in real life took place, and I had to Google it, among 17 years. The film feels like it takes place in 17 months, max. I can see this one growing on me in the days to come, and as of right now, I had myself a heartfelt good time, no alcohol required. Alright, so Song Sung Blue, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite Neil Diamond song? Kentucky Woman, ba-bam-bam. I have a lot of memories of that song, like childhood me, that was the one. Grown up, seasoned me, we'll say, Solitary Man. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.